You can find two species of seal in UK waters. The common seal is smaller, has a dog-like face, and tends to be seen in more coastal and estuarine areas. The grey seal is more often seen in open waters, is bigger and has a longer head, particularly the bull with his pronounced Roman nose. Seals haul out to rest, warm up and relax on rocky outcrops, islets or sandbanks, well away from predators and disturbance. They look like they don't have a care in the world, but this behaviour is essential to their health and well-being. Relaxing in this way allows them to recover from other activities, such as foraging for food. So it's vital that they be left undisturbed to rest and get ready for their next dive. Seals are very alert to disturbance of all kinds, and the first sign of this is usually the classic heads up, looking around urgently to see who's approaching. If the animals are disturbed further, then they'll almost always rapidly enter the water. This is not only wasteful of valuable energy reserves, but can also result in injury, especially for seals resting on rocks. Similarly, the wake from speeding craft can wash resting seals off rocks, disturbing their rest. Approach seals from an oblique angle, slowly and quietly, making no wake. Don't approach directly or too close. Watch out for signs of disturbance. Heads going up, seals becoming agitated or moving towards the water. If you see any of these signs, back off slowly and quietly. Keep your distance. Watching with binoculars allows you a great view whilst minimising disturbance. A minimum approach distance of around 50 metres is recommended. Keep noise aboard to a minimum and avoid moving around too much on deck. Seals can be very sensitive to noise and movement. Be especially careful if you can see pups present. Never get between adults and pups, which may disturb the parental bond. Don't stay too long. Leave them to their rest. 15 minutes is recommended. Don't feed seals with fish or anything else. It can alter their behaviour and make them more vulnerable to injury from small craft. We have a wealth of wonderful seabirds on our waters. Gulls, terns, skuas, razorbills, and many people's favourite, the comical puffin. Many of them nest along our stunning and rocky coastline and raise their young, fed by the rich seas that surround us. And this is when they can be at their most vulnerable. This is especially true when eggs or chicks are in the nest. If the parents are disturbed and driven off their nesting ledges by a vessel approaching too close, they may launch themselves into the sea to protect themselves. This then leaves the nest vulnerable to attack by predators, such as great black-backed gulls or skuas who may steal the eggs or baby chicks for food. Similarly, when chicks are growing and fledging, they tend to gather close to the water, preparing themselves for the moment they're ready to make their move to the sea. Disturbance at this time can cause high levels of mortality. Frightened chicks may launch themselves before they're ready, suffering fatalities from landing on sharp rocks or falling into the sea. Approach slowly and quietly. Keep noise and movement aboard to a minimum. Keep your distance. A minimum of 50 metres is recommended. Using binoculars allows a good view without disturbance. Be especially sensitive around nesting times. Chicks, eggs and fledglings are especially vulnerable to effects of disturbance. If nesting birds start to move around in an urgent manner, bobbing their heads, flapping their wings or launching from ledges, move away slowly and quietly to a safe distance and let them settle down. Avoid travelling through rafts of birds resting on the water. They may be feeding, resting, molting, or they may be youngsters who are new to life on the water. Go around them slowly and quietly at a sensible distance. All of our wonderful marine life is precious. A little thought and consideration from us means that we can coexist happily alongside some stunning and rare species, whilst we're out enjoying the water. Following these simple rules need not spoil our enjoyment, but they will contribute to the long-term well-being and indeed the presence of wildlife in our waters, and ensure that the oceans and the wildlife we enjoy today will still be there for future generations to enjoy too.